I give a lot of talks and do a lot of presentations for groups of web designers. During the Q&A section, the question that I get asked almost every single time is, how do I get more clients? How do I generate more leads and get more clients? And the answer, I'll give you the answer right now. And kind of like last week's video, it's going to be a hard answer. It's not the kind of, hey, click this button on LinkedIn and shazam, you get an avalanche of leads. It doesn't work like that. There's no trick in the book that works like that. And I'll explain exactly why and how to fix it. And once you get this fix, you will have people lining up to work with you, more leads than you can probably even handle. But it's hard. It's not a trivial answer. So if you're one of the few people that is willing to put in the work, this is what you need to do. So in the same way, like if you were dating somebody, I know a lot of times people feel like, well, how can I find the best possible person to date? Or like, how do I find the perfect person for me? And the problem with that question is, even if the perfect person for you just appeared into your life, what makes you think that a person that's that perfect would choose you? Like, what are you bringing to the table that's of equal perfection? You see what I mean? And the same thing applies to in business as well. It's like, if you're trying to attract leads, and even if you found the perfect client, what are you bringing to the table that is so appealing that that perfect client would choose you? So like the question of like, how do I find leads is not good enough. It's not a full enough question unless you also say, how can I conduct myself so that I'm the best possible web design and marketing partner for that business? Like, what can I bring to the table for them? And it's not a trivial answer. It's a hard thing. You have to dig. You have to figure out, well, what am I good at doing? What do I like doing? Those are not necessarily the same things. What can I do that would bring together my expertise, the authority that I have based on the time that I've spent doing all of this stuff, and package that into something that actually brings a measurable difference for my client? And it's not easy to figure that out. Now, but once you do figure that out for you, because it's different for everybody. Everybody has a different background and a different set of things that they like. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of a situation, and you wouldn't want it to be, right? You wouldn't want all the people to do the same thing, but like, look at your website right now. Do you feel like your website stands out from the millions of other web designers that are out there? Like, do you have the normal templated website where it's like, here's my skills and services that I offer, here's a few testimonials, here's my portfolio, like, okay, hire me now? Because you're not standing out like that. What you need to do instead is think, well, what can I bring to the table that serves somebody else, that makes them look at me and say, wow, I really want part of that. And once you figure that out, people will be lined up to be your clients. And so then once you say, okay, well, how do I figure all of that out? Well, it's a combination of things, right? It's like, how do you get traffic for the client? Once you do get the traffic, how do you convert that traffic into leads? And once you do get the leads, how do you nurture those leads into paying customers? So you generally have a 3-step approach into a solution that means something for somebody. But the implementation of each of those 3 steps is highly dependent upon who it is that your client is, like what area of life are they working in, and how do you want to be treated by the client? Do you ever think about that? Like, before you go out and say, how do I find leads? You want to think about, well, what do I want those leads to hire me to do, right? What if you get leads, but they hire you to do something that you don't like, or that you don't want to do, or that's beneath you? You know what I mean? Like, what if they hire you to do all this trivial little entry-level stuff when you've got advanced level skills, right? So the question of how do I find leads is an insufficient question, because you first have to know, what do I want them to ask me to do, or what do I want to offer to them? And how do I want them to treat me? Because you probably want high-ticket, long-term, recurring revenue clients. I know that's what I want. And if I'm going to be in a relationship that's a long-term, recurring revenue, I'm serving my client for years on end, I want to like them and I want them to like me too. And so you want to think about that. What are some of the traits that you want your clients to have? And there's probably things like just being decisive. Like, if you have an indecisive client where they're constantly shifting their mind and changing what they're asking you to do and all this stuff, and you can never get anything finished, that's really frustrating. Not only is it frustrating, but it's hard to bill for that because you never launch anything. So decisiveness, being coachable or respecting your authority when it comes to online design and marketing. Like, you want to be able to say, I have 20 years of experience or whatever it is for you doing this thing. And that's better than your 0 years, right? And so like you want to be able to lead them in the area where you're the expert, and you want them to be coachable towards your advice. You probably want them to have high quality and integrity, not only towards you, but also to their customers. Because if you're sticking your neck out there to try to drive traffic to their stuff, you want to make sure that you're pushing people in a good direction, right? So you want to be thinking through these things. It's not enough just to say, hey, where do I get leads from? Because they might not meet any of those criteria. And then once you do get the leads, then you need to think, well, what do I want to do for them? Or what do I want them to ask me for? Or what can I offer to them? And that's the solution first concept that we talk so much about here in this channel. It's like you want to come up with the solution first so that you have something to bring to the table, right? This is the exact same concept in terms of the solution with the dating thing. It's like you don't just say, where can I find the best person to be my best friend or to be my spouse or whatever. You don't just start with, how do I find the perfect person? You want to start with, what can I do to be the best possible friend or partner for the other person? And then once you do that, people will be lining up to be your friend. And so then you think, well, if you're in a situation where you're desperate, and I know a lot of people, it might be you right now, where you're like, I really need clients, or I really need, or it could be on the other side, I really need friends. I really need a partner in my life. I really need an intimate relationship. Like it could be like there's such a huge overlap between your business life and your personal life if you're going to treat both areas of your life ethically and responsibly, right? Where you're trying to serve and contribute and do good things in both areas of your life. And so what you'll find is you get meaning and importance and value into your life through service to other people, whether it's through your friends or whether it's through your business partners. But in order to do the service, you have to know how to serve. Like you have to figure out, what can I do that's going to make a difference for somebody? How can I conduct my business so that I am the best possible choice for their business? Or how can I conduct myself personally so that I'm the best possible friend for someone else? And if you go out there and you start serving other people, whether it's in friends or in business, you will have more leads and more friends than you can handle. But it's a hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do. You have to suffer through it. You have to sacrifice yourself on behalf of other people, but it's worth it. It's worth it because that's where the value and the meaning comes into your life. Like, for example, a lot of people have told me over the past few years, especially since I've been more public doing these YouTube videos and more talks and things like that, they'll tell you something like I've revolutionized their life by something that I've said or something that I've done. And there's really nothing more inspiring than that. There's nothing that feels better than to be part of someone else's success. Whether if it's in personal life and just developing their personal skills or their business. Like people will say things like, I never would have imagined a few years ago that I could have doubled my income with only half the amount of hours that I'm working. And now look, I'm able to take on more clients. And it's not just the fact that the business is growing, but like I'm able to take care of my children in a more effective manner. And I have more time to spend with my kids. And I have the resources to get them the things that they need. And we're able to move into a better house. And I'm paying off debt. And I'm feeling more freedom in my life. And my relationship with my partner is better because we don't have this stress in my life. And all of that kind of bundles up together into just a dramatically better life for people. And for me to be able to be a part of that transformation for them is an overwhelming thing. It's a really big and important thing that if you find yourself needing that kind of value in your life and you feel like you don't have that, the way that you get it is through service to other people. And you think, what can I do? What can I bring to the table that's going to be of that level of value for someone? And then offer that to them. And then see the success in their business. And when you see that, you will get more leads and more clients than you can handle. Like people are desperate for that level of help in their lives. But the problem is the vast majority of web designers that I talk to, they don't think it through in this manner because it's too desperate. Like they need the leads and the clients right away. And they're like, well, what can I do to get more leads and get more clients? Because I know I can do good work. Whatever they ask me to do, I can do it. I just need that. But that's not how you get leads. You can't sustain a business, especially today, on that type of business model where you're relying on them to ask you for the stuff. You need to come to the table and say, these are the things that I can do, and this is the best possible decision for your business, and here's how that works. And once you get that together, you'll be unstoppable. But if you feel like you don't know what it is, because it's hard, you have to dig into it. You have to look inside yourself to figure out what all of that comes to. And there's hardship that's probably holding you back right now, like this, financial stress and the implications that has on your personal life, with the interaction with your partner and with your children and your friends and the things that you're doing outside of work. It's like all of that stuff for the people that I'm talking to, that all is bundled together, because when you're not getting the leads that you need and you're not making the money that you need, everything gets panicked. And then you end up doing these knee-jerk reactions where you never really get to the core of the solution. So what I'm offering to you is I'll help you with that. So like, in order to be able to get to the root of that, let's talk about it, and we can kind of get an idea for how to make this work for you. Even if you want to do it for free, you can join our Facebook group. I'll put a link to our group in the description here. You can click that, join the group, and we're all in there, and you can ask some questions. I'm in the group. We can talk there. Or if you want to do a one-on-one call, you can go to doublestack.net/call and find a time for us to talk there if you want to do a 45-minute Zoom call with me. But that's the solution to finding clients. And I know it's hard. And so I'm going to link you to this next video right over here. If you feel like you're struggling with hardship, it's also a good thing. It can be a good thing. If you're able to resist the urge to think that everything is worthless and it's just and you just feel devalued, if you're able to rise above and resist that, there is beauty on the other side of that. And check out this next video and you'll see how I overcame some of the hardship in my life. And maybe that will give you some steps to take to kind of break through the hardship in yours. All right, I'll see you in a minute.